So y'all know I've been wanting to start up this group home for girls because on so many reasons, because it's a lot of girls out here that's lost. They don't talk to their parents don't talk to them. You know, they don't have an outlet, they don't have a role model, none of that. So I really have a passion to take these girls and transform their mind into something different. Of course, I know I can't change the world and I can't change everybody. However, if I get a group of girls and I spend time with them girls, not just one time a week, not just 2 times a week, I really want something where I'm with them every day of the week, because it takes a lot to, you know, transform someone's mind. It takes a lot to have them change to be a better person. It just can't be like a therapy session. It can't be that. It can't be that. You know, I'm not knocking therapy. Therapists help some people, but a lot of these teens out here is you just out here just doing whatever, misconstrued. They just doing whatever they think they can do to get attention, and that's what that's what it's all about these days, is attention seeking. And in order to get a grip on these young ladies, you have to spend more than a day with them, more than 2 days, more than 3 days. You need about a week, 5 days out of a week with these young ladies each week, because they are so far gone. You have to really get into their head and change their mindset. And you know, that's one of my biggest goals to do. So I was at Walgreens and I was in the restroom or whatnot, and normally I hate using public restrooms, but sometimes some places I will go. Walgreens, for instance, because it'd be pretty clean in the Walgreens I go to. And I went in there to use the restroom because we was headed to see my husband's mom. Her birthday was yesterday and we surprised her. She was so happy, by the way. Just want to put that out there. But anyways, I was in the restroom and this young lady was in there, and I heard her on the phone talking to someone, and she was like, I just stole this pregnancy test. I'm about to take this pregnancy test. It says I'm pregnant. She was like, I hope I'm not pregnant. I hope I'm not pregnant. I'm thinking like, oh my God, are you serious? You know, I'm thinking that in my head because I'm hearing her conversation. And then she said, somebody on the other end must have said, girl, you better stop saying this. She was like, girl, I ain't worried about these folks. They can't prove I stole this. And I'm just like, what? Like, wow. But I just want to bring this message because that's one of the things that I want to address with these young ladies. You out here having sex with someone that can't even purchase you a pregnancy test if you was to come up pregnant. Y'all got to do better out here. You out here stealing pregnancy tests, going to take the pregnancy test in the bathroom of a store, meaning he have no clue or whatever the case may be, and he ain't had no intention on being there for you. Because first of all, if he was, you wouldn't have to steal the pregnancy test. It would have been a mutual thing, like, let's go see if you're pregnant. Let's go buy a pregnancy test. Now you go steal the pregnancy test and take a test and hope that you're not pregnant. And what made it so bad for me, when she finished, she kicked it to my stall. And I took a picture of it. I have a picture of it. I was like, oh my God, like, this is so bad. This God just was telling me, like, girl, keep doing what you're doing, because these young ladies out here are very lost. They are in need for something. And then it was like, I don't know, I guess when I went in there, she wasn't doing anything yet. She just walked in there or whatever. But oh my God, when she started taking her pregnancy test, it's just an odor came over me so bad. And I was like, oh my God, are you serious? Is this what's happening? So that means your hygiene is off. You out here having unprotected sex with somebody that don't care about you. You in here stealing. You in here on the phone with somebody else taking the pregnancy test to reveal that if you're pregnant or not, by somebody that don't even care about you. All those things are bad. All those things are bad in that order. Your hygiene is off. You pregnant. It's a possibility that you could be pregnant, and then you don't have money to take care of the baby because you don't have money to purchased the test because you stole it, and the guy that you dealt with is nowhere to be found. Y'all tell me that's not a problem. That's a big problem. Because these young ladies just out here giving away themselves in hopes to find someone that loves them. Because y'all parents, to be 100% honest, y'all ain't doing what y'all supposed to do. Not not all parents, but a lot of these parents is not doing what they supposed to do when it comes to these girls and showing these girls how to love, how to do things, how to respect themselves, how to respect others, how to, have high self-esteem. Having low self-esteem is the cause for all that. Because when your self-esteem is low, you need somebody to rise the self-esteem. So anything somebody tell you, ooh, you so pretty. You ain't heard that from your parents or whatever in so long or ever. And when somebody tell you, you just take it to your head and that's all you know. And then you wound up in bed. It's got to be done, guys, and it's important that we come as one in our community to help these young ladies and get them on the right track. But you gotta have a lot of people that's in with it. You can make a dream come true. One person can, but it's really, really important for more than one person to make these dreams come true. More than one person. We need more than one person to help these children in their endeavors. Help these children know that they are more than they think they are. They are more than somebody tell them they are. They are more than their parents don't tell them. Because it goes back to the parents not being here with these children. Because these parents are going through so much with these men until it's rubbing off on these children and they just can't help themselves. That's why it's people like me that want to implement things in these kids' lives, implement a boarding school, something, a group home, something for these kids, because it's important. It's sickening. Yesterday, my daughter, we was at the mall. She sings, I thought she was talking about somebody. Because I don't play that. I don't play that shit. You can't look down on nobody. If you ain't reaching down to help them up, please don't. I don't play that. Your life can change in a blink of an eye. I don't play that. Don't look down on somebody. Just know that you don't want to be like that. But you don't have to point your finger and talk about them. That's nasty. That's disrespectful. You don't never know what someone's going through. You never know how them people got to where they are. You never know if they got a mom that's telling them, don't, this is the way, or, you shouldn't do it like that, or whatever the case may be. You never know. So you can't judge somebody and say you sad, sick, and ridiculous, because you never know how they got there. You never know their backstory. People can be standing right next to you in the line and falling apart right there. You don't know, and you judge and point fingers. You can't do that. So I said that to say this. We was walking in the mall. She said, ooh, her wig. She knows she wrong for that wig. And before I knew it, I was like, what? Before I knew it. And she said, Mom, I'm talking about the mannequin. They should have fixed that mannequin wig. And she said, you was waiting on, you was waiting to say, please don't talk about nobody. We don't do that. I said, you better know it. But this goes to show you that every day I'm teaching my daughter, I don't care where we at, how far we from somewhere, who in our presence, none of that. You're going to respect. First of all, you're going to respect yourself, because if you don't respect yourself, you can't respect no one else. You're going to respect yourself. You're not going to point fingers, and you're not going to worry about what somebody else is doing or how somebody else is getting there. We see those things. Those things are troubling. Know that that's not what you want to do. However, we don't talk about people. If we're not here to help someone, if you telling me, Mom, look at her, this, that, and the other, look, if you ain't going over there to say, you want to go in this store with me, and I can grab you a few things to clean yourself up. If you ain't doing that, you don't need to be talking about it, because if you can't help the situation, don't talk about it. I don't play that. I've never been that type of person. I never looked down on people, because so many people looked down on me growing up, and I vowed to never in my life make somebody else feel that way, ever. That's why I don't believe in cheating. That's why I don't believe in infidelity or nothing, because if somebody cheat on you and make you feel the way I felt when the things happened to me, boy, I would never make another woman feel like that. I would never take another woman's man and play with him. Emotionally, physically, none of that. Because that's not cute. That's not a way that nobody want to feel. That's a hard feeling. Growing up, I didn't have much. I had what I needed, which was love, but I didn't have the materialistic things to make me look appealing, to make me feel like I was in the game with the other gang, or whatever they want to call it. So I always was picked on and bullied and talked about. I didn't grow up in a sensitive home. I grew up in a rough home. I had to learn how to be sensitive. Well, I always been sensitive. I had to not carry that toughness into my adulthood, if you can understand that. Scarred up and ran around with no shoes on, this, that, and the other. I didn't never want to do that. I hated shoes at one point, but I always felt like I don't want to walk around with bare feet. That's nasty. I don't want hard feet when I rub my feet across my husband's at night. That's nasty. However, through all those things that I went through, I didn't take nobody else down with me because I was down. I always had it in me to lift other people up, because the way that feels to be down and out, it's the worst feeling ever. The way it feels when you can't go on field trips, you can't participate in extracurricular activities and nothing there because your mom didn't have the funds to make that happen. I want to do that for my people because I didn't have it. I know how I feel. I know where I came from. I never wanted to stay there since I was a little girl. So for me to implement these things in these women, in these young ladies' lives, it'll be everything to me. Because the feeling of not having and not belonging, that's the worst feeling you can, that's a bad feeling. I never want somebody else to feel like that. I always made sure my daughter had the things she needed. I always made sure, even though my daughter is the only child, she's not selfish at all. She would give anything away. It don't matter what it is. It could be brand new. She'll say, here, you don't think I'm so thankful for that? My child she wear shoes one time and give them away. If you're not gonna utilize them, why have them? I don't mind. I always been this type of mom. I don't charge people for things like that. Here, if you need it, here you go. We're not using it. And my daughter is the same exact way. That's because I molded her like that. I built her like that. Don't be selfish. Because when you get rid of things that you don't want, you make room for the other things that you do want. Realize that. But there's so many little children out here that don't have it. Ain't never had it. Don't know where they're going to get it from. Don't know where their next meal going to come from. Don't know if they can go to this party because they don't have anything to wear. Don't know how they're going to wear their hair because their mom don't care about how their hair look or what they look like or if they got it. And they out here in these streets with that type of mindset and mentality. And it makes them angry and bitter towards the people that have something. And it triggers something in them and causes them to be these women cause them to be these demons that they not even. It's so many kids that I done spoke with that's troubled kids. That's what they call them. Troubled kids. And when I speak to them and talk to them, I just be like, Lord, this is not a troubled child. This is a child that ain't nobody ever pointed a direction for. Ain't nobody ever told them how. Ain't nobody ever showed them how. Ain't nobody ever done anything for them to show them when, where, or how. So they're not troubled. They're confused. They lost. They don't know. You can't do anything if you don't know. You can't do better if you don't know better. That's a fact. Every day I strive to know something different to better my life and the people around me. Every day. Every single day. And it's important that we get together and get these young ladies out these streets doing the most. Stealing pregnancy tests because you can't afford to buy one. If you can't afford to buy a pregnancy test, sweetheart, you shouldn't be having sex. And then a lot of these people, like these authority figures, they fight fire with fire. And I always said, I'm going to make a difference. That's why I was trying to be a cop at one point. I didn't make it. I didn't make it to that part. But I went through the process. And I enjoyed it, but I didn't make it. So it wasn't meant for me at that point in time, no way. However, I always said I wanted to be a cop, authority figure, because I see so many cops when they go to a situation that's already routed and hyped. They go in, hey, I'm authority, you know, you know, this, that, and the other. Do what I say. That's not the way you address situations. You can't fight fire with fire. You can't address a situation that's already escalated. And you coming with an escalated attitude as well. You cannot fight fire with fire. I worked in mental health for 7 years. Them people used to come in, they used to always tell me, oh, we gonna send in security here with you. We gotta watch them because they crazy, they this. Anytime I get with these people, I ain't had no problems. Because I tried to understand these people. I didn't judge them. I got down low enough for them to have eye contact with me, to let them know I'm here for you. Talk to me. I'm not here to judge you. What's going on? I didn't treat them like they was trash and garbage. I remember one time in my life, never will forget. Never will forget. And if you think I'm lying, you could ask Miss Pat and Officer Toes. This lady, she always came to the mental health. Patricia Kelly at that. But and Officer Toes, they was really good people. However, I worked with them. And these people, this black and white couple, the woman was white, she was in a wheelchair with no legs. And the guy used to always push her around, which was her boyfriend. And they came to mental health or whatnot. And sometimes they used to come in the restroom and she used to clean herself up or whatever in the restroom or whatnot. And they used to go on about their business if they didn't have an appointment. This particular day I was coming up, people always address me because I'm approachable. I was walking up and she said, excuse me, you know, it was a bag. She left a bag in the restroom. And I told everybody, I was like, they're going to come back and get their bag. Please don't throw it away because, you know, that's all they got. And it looked like some things in their bag that they need. And I told, they was like, okay, we're not going to throw it away. So some kind of way, somebody that didn't hear me say don't throw it away threw it in the garbage can because the garbage people was coming that day or the next day. So she was outside. And she was asking me about, have I seen a bag? I said, oh, yeah, it was in the restroom. I told them don't throw it away. Let me go check. So I went to check, and they was like, they emptied the trash because they never come and get it. I was like, I said that these people was going to, they was like, well, we can't leave this stuff in here. And I was like, I understand that. But make an exception sometimes. Sometimes it's okay. Don't nobody, we can store this bag in that little room. Nobody use that room. Nobody will never know it's there. But when these people come back for their personal belongings, that's all they had. That's all they had. Allow us to be able to reach it to them and make them feel like somebody. People don't roll like that. I was the only person that rolled like that. So, to get to the story, I told her. And she was like, oh my God, I don't know. Cause the guy, this particular day, the guy was nowhere to be found. I think somebody told me he went to jail or something happened. So she was by herself. Mind you, he pushed her. So this particular day, she had to, you know, wheel her own wheels, which was hard. It was already hot outside, whatever the case may be. But like I said, to get to the story, she asked me, can I look over in the dumpster for her and see if her bag was in there? I'm like, I'm just that type of person. You know, I know how to make sure I'm good. I know how to keep myself germ free or whatever. I'm gonna look over in this trash for this lady because I see some bags. Look over in there. And I'm like, and so the officer, he was watching me. Well, you know, I didn't know he was watching me, but he saw me when I coming up, but I ain't never come in. So he come out to see where I went. So he come around the building. He was like, Kosha. I was like, yeah. He was like, girl, what you doing? I was like, I'm trying to help this young lady. I had got her name. I can't remember her name. I'm trying to help this young lady find her bag. It was in the restroom, but somebody threw it away. And then he was like, come on, get over here. And he was like, God, you too nice to people. And, you know, I was like, no, when he told me to come here, I had stopped what I was doing. And I was like, yeah. He was like, you too nice to people. You don't do stuff like that. He was like, you done went too far. I said, what? Why am I going too far? I said, she have no legs. She can't stand for herself. I'm okay. I ain't doing nothing. I got this real long broomstick out the building, and I went to the trash can, you know, making sure I'm not having my mask and stuff on, making sure I'm not getting nothing on me or nothing or whatever. And bingo, I found her bag. Right there. Had her social security number and ID, everything. I told these people don't throw these things away. And I found it. And when I went back in the building, I went in there, washed my hands and stuff, and, you know, cleaned myself up or whatever, got freshened up a little bit. Work was almost over. Well, I guess it went almost over because I had just come back in from lunch. So it was like 12. And, or whatever. So, after that, after I found her bag, I went back in, and they was like, you need to stop being so nice. That's overboard. You don't just go into, you don't let nobody tell you go. I said, she didn't tell me, she asked me. And I was okay with it. I was like, if I'm okay, what's the big deal about it? If I'm okay with going in the trash can, helping somebody that have no legs out, what's the big deal for somebody else to worry about what I'm doing? But I said that to say this. I always been that type of person that's there for people. I always been that type of person that was seeing people that can't and wanted to help them be able to. Always been. But that's just one of my stories. That's just one of my stories behind the scene. I do so much behind the scene. Nobody don't know what I do. So when I say I'm blessed, that's what I mean. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to serve others. I'm blessed to make others feel like they somebody. I'm blessed to be able to put myself in other people's shoes and understand where they're coming from. I'm blessed to be able to, you know, recognize things that's not going good in people's life. I mean, I could be in a restaurant. Me and my husband, my daughter, the other day, we went to Safari. But we stopped at 8 first. Sunday, to be exact. So, we went to see the animals. We wanted to feed the animals. Nature is everything for me. So, we went to this restaurant, and we was eating. 3 different people came to the table. And every time they came to the table, they talked to me. They just come up and say, are you okay? Everything's fine? Or whatever. And then at the last one, my husband's like, I'm starting to think we just invisible. Everybody come up to the table, talk to you, and you only just say something to you. I was like, right. I said, but I always attract people like that. My husband and daughter knows. Right, Aisha? Right, Aisha? Mm-hmm. So they always knows that I attract people like that. I don't know what it is about me, what it is about my energy, but energy don't lie. And people just come in and gravitate towards me. And we just have magical conversations. Me and my daughter was at Piccadilly the other day. We was sitting in there. 4 people came up to our table and started a conversation with us. We know them. One lady was telling me about her husband. Another guy was showing me a picture of his daddy. He asked me if I wanted to see a picture of his daddy. And then 2 more people, some other people. We had full conversation with these people. And I don't know why. They just come up to us. And it happens like that every day. My daughter used to always say, Mom, you got to come talk to me written on your forehead. I don't. My energy just don't lie. And people can understand that I'm a genuine, free-spirited person. I don't judge. I don't do none of that. But I didn't come here for that, to make that video. My video wasn't about that. My video was strictly about the pregnancy test I saw, Like in the girl kicked in my stall last night, and she was taking a pregnancy test that she stole from Walgreens, and the guy was nowhere around. We gotta get a hand to our young girls. We gotta let them know that it's been more to life than just sleeping with people unprotected. It's too much going around to be doing that. You don't have to have sex with someone for them to love you. Sex does not equal love. So if anybody is interested in getting together with me and getting a handle to these young girls, like I said, we can't change the world, but we can change a small piece of environment. And for that, if I change one person's life, it makes a difference in my life. So if anybody wanna, help me get together and get something going, something light for these young ladies for the time being until Kosher Hopes for Youth is available and open and up and running, I'd be more than happy to do something with you guys. I'd be more than happy to build something and make a way for these young ladies, because it's important that they need us out here. They lost. A lot of them don't have no parents that care. A lot of them don't have no parents with knowledge. A lot of them don't have no parents that know what else to do. They're in the same predicament, so they don't even know how to tell their children not to be. So if this video resonates with anybody, if y'all can understand where I'm coming from about these young ladies and about life and about how you need to stay positive and not misuse and treat people like they beneath you, share this video, comment, whatever the case may be. Just let me know that you can resonate with me. And that's all I wanted, guys, just to come on and say that y'all, you young ladies out here are better than y'all think y'all are, and y'all just need somebody in y'all life every day of the week to let y'all know, to transform y'all into something amazing. And I'll be that girl. But if anybody want to help, holler. I'm gonna let you guys go. Me and my daughter gonna get on the road and go get some stuff to plant my plants. I got some plants from my mother-in-law last night. And it's kosher. All right, guys.